Hi guys, I'm Aubrey Adams, Purdue Extension Summer Intern, and today we're going to be doing Lesson 3 of the Benefits of Connecting with Nature unit called Creative Writing. So here we have the picture that we'll be using for today's lesson, and on the right, the word bank. So I now encourage you to pick 2 words from the word bank and describe how the picture makes you feel and why. Take about 2 to 3 minutes to think about this, and feel free to refer back to the previous slide for the word bank to think about the 2 words that you want to use for today's writing. Then, when you're ready, I would encourage you to think about your emotions and feelings about a certain time, place, image, or memory, and write about it. Now we're ready to move forward with the Write More segment of today's lesson. Here, I'm going to challenge you to write and think more about the beginning, middle, and end of your story. Here's your chance to explain in detail why something happened. What emotions were you feeling during this time, and what senses were you experiencing? What did you hear, smell, see, taste, or touch? Now I'm going to introduce to you 6 writing prompts. Choose one of these prompts and write about it for 15 minutes. I encourage you to use vocab words from this unit and consider creating a visual representation of this writing prompt at the end of the lesson. The first prompt is, what is your favorite place to visit outside and why? The second prompt is, pretend to be a wild animal and describe what your day would be like. The third prompt is, you discover a flower growing up through the cracks of the pavement in the parking lot. How does it make you feel? How do you think it got there? And what do you think will happen to it next? For the fourth writing prompt, you get to pretend you're an eagle and spend your days in the sky. What would the world look like from that vantage point? How do you feel up in the sky? The next one is, if you lived 100 years ago before television, cell phones, and the internet, what would your life be like? Do you live in the city or in the country? For the last prompt, you could describe an extreme weather situation you have experienced, such as a thunderstorm, snowstorm, flooding, or a drought. What was it like to experience it, and how did it make you feel? Reflect back on the emotions and senses you were experiencing during whichever writing prompt you decide to write about. Then, at the end, if you feel comfortable, create a visual representation of the prompt you choose. That's the end of today's lesson. Thanks!